Let's not do any of those except for the first one. Because, again, still have a fucking gun to us.
What did you do that made Ibn get you locked up?
It's a sharp-turned detective.
It just came to me, you know? Where did it all start? Where did all the hate and jealousy come from?
Jealousy? What are you talking about?
Oh, come on, Albert. Alone, locked up at the end of the world, while your brother is one of the most influential figures of Clawville, driving an expensive car, living in a mansion, with the city's most desirable woman in his bed. Why wouldn't you be jealous?
Yeah, Albert was jealous of Ibn. Maybe he still is. But I understand why he did it. Albert was beyond control and dangerous.
What does that mean exactly?
Albert did our mother wrong. Poor old Mom. She never hurt a fly. But Albert couldn't take that she was praising his brother all the time while Albert was just an unsuccessful, foolish, poor painter.
What did you do to her, Albert?
Albert killed her. It looked like an accident, but Ibn knew it wasn't. That was the last straw. Albert had to be locked up, and he agreed. He never said no to his brother.
Jesus.
But he never forgot who did this to him either, did he?
Ibn was really good to him. Visited him every week. Did everything he could. Even introduced Natasha in the end.
And that was his downfall.
Both of them, Sonny. And yours, too.
Did you hate Ibn or yourself more, Albert? When did you decide that we two have to die?
When did you
Go with
decide
that.
that we too have to die?
Can I be honest? I didn't want to hurt you, even after what you've done at the club, after interrogating Natasha and me so cruelly. I didn't care. You just saw what's on the outside, just scratching the surface.
Until we found Deborah.
I didn't even know about you finding her until the phone call from the Nile. Then it all became clear. I understood I underestimated you. I had to remedy that mistake before it was too late.
You remove anyone if they happen to cross your path, don't you? Without batting an eye.
Ibn had always been like that. Albert the opposite, so don't think I wasn't struggling, but eventually, yeah. Courage won, every time.
You mean fear?
Yeah. What do you know about these concepts, detective? You spent your life chasing petty nobodies until you turned into one of them.
Oof.
I may be a nobody, Mr. Wessler, but at least I know who and what I am. I'm Santino Featherland. Tell me, can you still tell who you really are? Albert, Ibn, both of them? Neither.
Enough, Santino. Enough games. Ask your last question before I get tired of you and pull the trigger.
I'm very close to breaking him, but if I'm too hard on him, I could quickly be signing my death warrant. It's time to dig a little bit deeper and uncover Wessler's wounds.
Natasha was kind to you, right? Still at his spine, you'd put the gun to your own head. No. First one.
Natasha was kind to you, right? Too kind.
Natasha was, simply amazing, gentle, kind, lively, but still so, distant.
You're telling me.
It's like she was from another world. A world where everything's full of charm and grace and everything's fragile and delicate. Do you understand?
I think I do, yes.
I know Albert's touch would harm her. Albert is rough. Albert can't keep such a delicate thing in his arms.
That's why you had to become Ibn, am I right?
I didn't take Ibn's place, Mr. Featherland. I became one with him, can't you see? It's the only way I could comprehend and accept the miracle that was Natasha.
Was.
I think I've corrupted her. She's not that gentle and pure creature I painted on the canvas anymore. I ruined her. She became rotten under my hands.
Okay.
Maybe it's not too late, Albert.
It's the
Tell
only
her
thing
the
we could
truth
pick.
and end this.
No. You can't understand this. She can't either. I killed Ibn, but he also killed me. Can't you see? We're nothing without each other.
You can't be two people at the same time, Albert. Nobody can bear the weight of the sins of two souls.
Ibn loved her. I admired her. Ibn was crazy about her. I've been crazy for a long time. Ibn idolized her, and I hated her. And if there's anything more blind, more devoted, more extreme, and more true than love, it could only be hate, Mr. Featherland. It's an endlessly exciting, thrilling, and warm feeling. And infinitely red. Just like love.
You know you're not going to be able to go through with it, right? That you won't be able to carry the weight. But you still did it. Why?
Yeah, if I didn't kill him and become one with him, Albert would have died, Mr. Featherland.
And the threats? Which one of you was that? Albert or Ibn? Who wrote them? And which one of you killed Deborah?
In my world, Ibn and I are inseparable. Just like love and hate are one and the same. And I hate Natasha so much that I could destroy myself along with her, just so she would die with me. Are you familiar with this feeling, Mr. Featherland?
More than life itself.
You see? We're not so different after all.
You and I have nothing in common, Wessler. You know why?
Why, Mr. Featherland?
Because if I were in your shoes, I would have pulled the trigger a long time ago.
Goodbye, Sonny.
So long, Albert.
Yeah, we got 5 stars. That's what I was going for. Okay. Important clue is Albert is Ibn Wessler himself. Madman took his brother's place and is trying to tie up loose ends. So we don't catch him now, maybe it'll be too late. Hell yeah, Natasha comes in fucking clutch.
So, you heard everything.
I heard everything.
I'm sorry you had to find out like this.
And thank you. If it weren't for you...
Yes, both of you would be dead, I know. But believe me, I still thought carefully before firing.
About who to target?
You know, I truly loved Ibn.
But this man wasn't him. You felt it, didn't you?
Maybe I even knew it. I don't know. But I still can't believe it.
It won't be easy to process for any of us.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. And regarding Molly...
The cops. But how? How do they know?
I have no idea, Marty.
Do not look at me. I did not call them.
Olivia?
Don't worry, Natasha. They won't lay a finger on you.
Please, Sonny. You don't need to worry about me.
I don't want to be rude, Sonny, but I'm more worried about us than her. Hello, boss.
Hello, boys.
Before you say anything, we can explain.
No need for that, Santino. Monica already told me everything.
Monica?
Hey, boys. What were you thinking? That I would just let you get killed without saying goodbye?
Thanks, Mon. Should we say we owe you one?
No, we still have to buy her shoes. Size 46, black heels.
You know already, boys. Shoes are my weakness.
Yep.
Hey, mine too.
Of all that's furry, we don't want to hear that. And boys,
Yes, boss.
don't believe you'll get away with it so easily. I want a report on my desk from both of you with all the details. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It'll all make sense, believe us. Right after I figure out myself what the hell just happened.
What Marty's trying to tell you is that we had good reason to investigate outside the law, but we're sorry.
What happened to you, Sonny? You're sorry? Did you hit your head?
Why does everybody keep asking that?
Why indeed?
So, can we go now, boss? Without getting handcuffed?
Don't give me ideas, Santino.
Thanks, boss. So, what now? Where to next?
I think I should mourn, right?
You should.
But I don't know what to feel anymore, Sonny.
I understand, Natasha. You know, if you need anything,
Yes, I know where to find you.
see you around, sweetheart.
Ma'am.
Goodbye, detectives.
Thanks again, Mon. If not for you, those fur heads would have put holes in us.
No wonder, since you put holes in their boss.
Well, actually, that wasn't us.
Then who was it?
Natasha.
Really? I wouldn't have thought it of her. It's a pleasant surprise.
It was for us too, believe me.
What? Are you waiting for me to change my mind?
Nope.
No, sir.
Then stop pecking around here.
Yes, sir.
How the hell did you find your way here, Tim? Always where the trouble is.
Sometimes I think you're the criminal mastermind behind all the dark dealings in this city.
I wish.
I wish too, because then we could legally throw you in jail.
I love your sense of humor, Sonny.
I wasn't joking.
So, where did you get the scoop?
Are you kidding me? The whole city's talking about you. You've left quite the mess behind.
That I admit.
I was to say, we did shoot at a car literally driving in the city.
Well, it's a miracle
Twice.
that all of the city's smear sheet journalists aren't here already. Oh, while we're at it, will you give me an exclusive interview?
Clock
No.
off, Tim.
Hey!
Must be some famous historical figure. How are you with history?
Not so good.
You know, I've always been fascinated by the Founding War, especially the last great battle between the Alliance and the Swamp Clans.
Don't believe the tales they tell about the war, Marty. There's nothing glorious or beautiful in it. Just endless suffering and misery.
And a lot of money, of course.
That too. Gentlemen,
Gentlemen?
we're honestly very sorry it had to end like this.
Yeah, this peacefully.
For myself, I'm glad, gentlemen. I would have sincerely regretted it if we had to shoot both of you, but unfortunately, that seemed to be the only solution to this, rather nasty situation. Fortunately, it didn't turn out that way. Joyful.
Don't think we'll be behind bars for long, chickens. Whistler may be dead, but his empire still won't crumble.
Oh, look at that. He can talk.
In complex sentences, too.
Yeah, or something like that.
Amazing.
You're a good boy, Bosco. Nice work.
You know, folks, somebody's gotta take care of the real police work while you're tearing up the city.
Sorry for the mess, Bosco, but you know us.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do.
How did you catch them? After the gunshot, I was sure these two would show up. They have a habit of doing that.
They were already in cuffs before then, Sonny. We had the house surrounded. If you could have hung on, maybe nobody would have died.
Hey, a second longer and it would have been us.
That's your story?
Cluck you sideways, Bosco.
Hey, Olivia.
Marty?
I just, wanted to thank you
For what exactly?
for trying to save us.
I didn't do it only for you, believe me. I loved my job while I had it. Now my employee is dead, so I don't have a job anymore.
I didn't even think of that.
Of course you didn't.
Can I do anything to help?
I think I'll manage. I always do.
Maybe one day you'll get your own statue at the PD, boss. I can almost see it now.
Not while Blood Boil's alive.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Nice catch, Bosco. You can mount them on your wall as trophies.
Yeah, I wish I could, Sonny.
I think that's it.
And what about you, Sonny?
I'll go home and sleep. Maybe for 3 days. I'll try to forget.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. If there's anything I can do.
I'm not sorry, Natasha. It's better this way. We find out painful truths, but at least we see clearly now, don't we?
Yes, I think you're right.
Just one quote, guys. They say you've taken down the whole Wessler Empire. They say...
I say you're full of shit, Tim, and you can quote me on that.
Alright, let's look at our journal. We've got the codex. Founding War. It was the Great War between the Alliance and the Swamp Clans that finally decided Clawville's fate and raised the city in the hands of the Alliance among the great colonial powers. This marks the beginning of Clawville's time, meaning it occurred exactly 942 years ago. Well, Natasha tried to send us away from the Wessler estate. But why? She worried about us? Or did she have a different motive? What a surprise. In the end, she was the one who pulled the trigger and saved us. Of course, if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have been in this situation in the first place. Monica knew what we were up to and informed the boys just in time. Not for her, Wessler's goons would have most likely riddled us with bullets. The old man's small, hairy heart softened at the end, huh? And all it took was the downfall of a gangster empire, nothing more. Olivia tried to shoo us out of the Wessler mansion. Strange, but she seemed quite worried about our lives. Now it just says he's a dangerous lunatic. Albert honestly believes he and Ivan Ibn Wessler are one and the same. Two souls in one body. I don't even know what to think about this madness. The one thing is without question, Albert is a vicious beast and he has to go down no matter what. Albert would have done anything to prevent his secret from emerging, but it was too late. Natasha felt something was wrong with him, and Albert knew he couldn't get away with it. It's simple, deadly simple. Natasha saved our lives at the last minute once Albert had revealed everything. So there we go. That's it. But is it really over?
You? What are you doing here?
I was just driving around. You know.
Trying to feed your grandpa? So? Was it a case? Were you, maybe investigating us?
What can I say, Sonny? Am I busted?
Did someone hire you to follow us?
I just had to keep an eye on you and not get involved. That's all. I admit there were a couple of crazy situations when it was hard not to.
But you managed somehow, right?
A professional's a professional, my friend.
Yeah, thanks. So you won't tell us who hired you, whatever we do?
Unfortunately, I can't, my friend. I made a promise.
You and your promises.
Some people still take them seriously.
You're a real piece of guano. You know that?
Of course. I've learned everything from you, you old fart.
So, here they are, ladies and gentlemen. The Chicken Police, in the flesh.
Damn it, Tim. Drop it and cluck off.
Oh, no, boys. This time, you deserve it.
What the cluck did you say, boss?
Right?
Stand up straight and try to look like someone who's glad to be alive.
Yes, sir. We'll try.
Ooh, attention Chicken Police. Say cheese.
Marty's got a stupid gun. Birds of a feather. The following animal species were not included in this game. Wait, shit, was that mostly because during the development of the game, all these species have been declared extinct? According to the lowest possible scientific estimate, 202,000 extinct every year. That's cool. Like, I love how they have all the pictures of everything. Of, like, all the developers. They had one of, like, her modeling for Natasha's body. Oh, there's, like, an actual... I wonder if, like, some of these were their pets. Because there's, like, the picture of, like, the gray cat, too. That looked like Natasha. And then like the chicken. Oh, like the posters and books too. They took from real ones and just like made it into animals.
Keeps me turning back. I'm tired of it being sane. Chloe's still lying in my bed, and it's dead.
Natasha,
You were expecting me, weren't you?
I wouldn't say that, but I'm not surprised.
I just wanted to talk to you.
About what exactly?
You know very well.
What do you think, Natasha? Why didn't she tell me?
Because she loved you.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you, she may have never left the place. Perhaps she'd still be there.
Ah, sheep shit.
We used to dream about falling in love with a nice man who comes and saves us someday. A knight in shining armor. You know, like in the fairy tales.
And how did that work out for you?
She fell in love with a good guy. I didn't. I envy her.
I'm not that good guy, Natasha. But if it's any consolation, she could have found him. Maybe she's living with him right now, somewhere on the other side of the world.
Well, goodbye, Sonny.
So long, sweetheart. Hey, Natasha, you have a light? I've been trying to smoke this sorry-ass cig all day. It's driving me crazy.
Maybe you don't really need it.
Maybe you're right. Maybe.
Oof, we finished, you guys. I really, really love that game. Like, besides for it just being absolutely fucking hilarious, like, it was super fun. Like, it kept my attention the whole time. Like, I feel like it's one of those that, like, suck you in. I also really love the whole concept of, like, human bodies and animal heads. It's just hilarious, and it's really cool to find out at the end, too, that, like, it actually had human models. And then just added the animal heads to the actual human body. And the story was, like, very well written. Like, usually I am very good at telling, like, a storyline ahead of time, and I feel like this one was not hard to follow, but, like, hard to figure out. Which I really liked and appreciated. Like, it was very well written and very well rounded. Like, it had enough humor and drama to keep you in. Like, it was a perfect balance of everything. I don't know. again, like I said before, I said multiple times while playing this game that this is absolutely going on like my top list of favorite games that I've played. I'm absolutely glad that I bought this knowing nothing about the game other than what I saw on the Steam page. Because it honestly, it's been one of like the best games that I've played in a while. There's some games now that I just feel like are lacking in story-wise, and this was absolutely not one of them. So if you like the detective games and a really well like story game, I absolutely suggest that you buy this. Also, I like how at the end it gave us a list of the animals that were not included in the game because of being extinct. Like I love animals, and I try to do as much as I can to be an animal activist. I mean, it's obviously harder when you don't have like a huge platform. Like sharks for me are huge. They are one of my favorite animals. Besides for a zebra, obviously. I've loved sharks since I was a kid. I've gotten to swim with a couple different species of sharks. They're just, to me, they're very beautiful animals that are misjudged, I would say. And honestly, I think it's because of like Hollywood. Like you have these movies like Jaws where it's like, oh, they're just horrible creatures that attack. Which, I mean, there are shark attacks, but in all fairness, you're in their home. So, you know, but I mean, I could go on about sharks, honestly, or many different animals. But I just really appreciate that they put that at the end too, like the list of them. Yeah, I really love this game, and I'm kind of like sad that I don't see it played more often. Like this is definitely one of those games that absolutely deserve more attention. So hopefully, like by me playing it, even if it sparks some stuff in some of you guys, or you guys, you know, share the word to your friends or other streamers, maybe this will get a little bit more traction, because I really think that this is one of those smaller games that absolutely deserve attention.